Welcome everyone. This is our podcast. I ponder something brilliant, and this is a new segment that's gonna be called Cozy Midnights. It's gonna be once a week. On I don't know when we are gonna fucking release it. In a couple of days, anyways.
But it's midnight right now.
Yeah, basically, we're gonna be making 3 different segments or sections or whatever, in which we are gonna talk about different topics. We're not gonna be making a huge, long podcast because reasons, mainly. So this is the first one. So, what do you think about that?
I like it.
Come on, man! I need some help.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. This particular podcast, we are talking about the paranormal and paranormal stuff in general.
Yeah.
And we have some stories to share, I think.
Yeah.
So you've had some experiences with the paranormal, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel like I'm the interviewer, and I'm just like, I've taken out a pipe and I'm like, so how do you feel about this?
Well, yeah, I have had experiences of my own, and I have heard stories of friends and stuff like that in the past. So yeah, there's one, for instance, that well, I used to have this group of friends, and there was a couple. I don't know, they were kind of odd, but nothing like too much. They were kind of shy, I guess. I don't know. But they used to say that in the house of the guy, there was a strange energy or something like that. And I was like, yeah, it's nothing. They probably trying to scare us or something like that, because we always visited them and we went to parties at that house. So there was a probability that they were messing with us, basically. So I was pretty skeptic about it. I never believed it. But they said that there was a room in that house. There were like 4 or 5 rooms in the house, and that in that room, that specific room, there was sort of like a strange energy, which I was like skeptic all the time. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah. So one night I stood in the house alone. No. I was with another friend and my boyfriend of the time, and I was sitting on an armchair. I was sitting there, and and my boyfriend of the time looked at me, and then he looked at my other friends, and I was like, what do I have? I have a fucking bug on my face or what? And I asked, what happened? What's going on? So they were like, look behind you. And I looked, and there was a shadow that hastily went away, right? So I was like, what the fuck? And the owner of the house was like, yeah, that shit happens all the time. And I was like, what? And he explained that, I don't know, he explained like there was some issue with his mom. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know if she was dead or something like that. I think that was the case. And there was some strange energy that came from that room, because that was the room of the mom. There was always like this shadow that appeared from time to time. And that happened to his girlfriend as well. They were like, she was going to sleep at his bed, and she saw that shadow as well, and she screamed because she she got scared as fuck, and he went running and they noticed that there was a fucking shadow that disappeared at the moment that he arrived. So yeah, there was something in that fucking house.
Wow.
I don't know what the fuck, but yeah, after that time, I really believed that.
Wow, and it's like it was just it was just a was it a ball of energy, or was it just like a dark shadow,
Yeah,
or was it just like, did it look like matter, like what did...
it looked kind of like the shadows I saw in that other house too. You know, that
Yeah.
yeah, that were long, big, like they had kind of like the shape of a human, like kind of, but you couldn't see arms or legs. It was just this long shadow, like in the shape kind of a person, right? Like with a cape or something, you know, like covered in something, but just black, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what I would do if I saw that.
Yeah. Shit your pants or something.
Not even that. I wouldn't have time. I would just be like, you know what, guys? It's been real. I'm getting out.
I'm out. Fucking meme.
Oh my gosh. Now I have to find that meme now. This SpongeBob. I'm out. It always comes back to memes, doesn't it?
You're out. Yeah, you're out. You're gonna go watch memes now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, what about you?
So I it was only one time, and I thought I was... Well, actually, it was another time, but that's for another story. But like this particular time, it was once, and it was... I thought I had sleep paralysis, which I'm gonna give a definition of sleep paralysis to those who don't know what it is. So I'm gonna look that up now. Okay, so the dictionary definition, according to Google, which is a great source, sleep paralysis is when, during waking up or falling asleep, a person is aware but unable to move or speak.
Yeah.
During an episode, one may hallucinate, hear, feel, or see things that are not there, which often results in fear. So it's like people are often paralyzed, and they're awake, or they could be half asleep or half awake, and they might see things. So yeah, so it's so you can actually go on YouTube and you can Google like stories of sleep paralysis. There are lots of very terrifying stories of it, actually. Like some of the stories that I've like seen on YouTube, it was just all right, I'm out, you know. But you know, yeah, I thought I wasn't even in my own house. I was staying at my uncle's house, and it was like I just woke up in the middle of the night. I was lying on my back, and I thought I saw like something like just like kind of a shadow type thing, but it was like kind of hovering like on the ceiling. But the weird thing is that it wasn't looking at me. It didn't seem to notice me at all. A lot of cases I've heard were when people saw things that were looking at them. This thing didn't seem to take no notice of me.
Damn.
Which I find strange.
Yeah.
So like whether I was invisible to it, or it just didn't give a fuck about me, I don't know. But yeah, no, but it seemed to be like looking straight ahead or looking around the room, but it never put its eyes on me at all. So it didn't notice me. And then I just fell back asleep, and then I woke up the next morning like, did that really happen? I think I forgot about it for a while, and then after a while, I started to remember it, and I don't know. I could have been dreaming. I don't know if it was there, but it's just a memory I have. It's just something I remember, which is weird.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
But that's really the only thing, except for another case. But that's gonna be the subject of another podcast, because you and I experienced something very similar to each other, and that's just like giving a kind of spoiler for a future podcast.
You wanna like kind of describe what happened, or like that, or not?
No, no, I think I'll leave them to guess.
Okay, yeah, that's better. I was just gonna say that I have had also like kind of like an experience with that sleep paralysis as well. Some time ago, I had two actually around the same time and at the same place. That horrible house that I lived in for a while, for a couple of years. The first time I was just sleeping in my bed, and back then I started sleeping in during the day.
Oh wow.
Because I was scared of that house. And that day I was trying to sleep, just normal day, and suddenly I opened my eyes and I saw this person sitting on my bed, on the end of my bed. And I was like, what the fuck? And I tried to move, but I couldn't. So I was like, oh no, shit, I can't move. And they turned around and looked at me, and I was so terrified. I was scared, like my heart rate was going insane. And suddenly they ran towards me, like they jumped on me, and I woke up, and like I still could see the face, but like very close to my face, and oh my god, that was terrifying as fuck.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. You know, I've watched a lot of videos and seen a lot of sleep paralysis cases that
Yeah.
where that exact thing happened. Whatever, like whoever it was, just like ran. Wow, I can't speak. Ran towards the person, and
Yeah.
that's really terrifying. But was it like was it just like a regular person, or did they look like weird or unusual, or was it just like a regular person sitting on your bed?
Yeah, no, the face was kind of like it was strange. They didn't have a normal face, a human face, like kind of like old, but in a bad way. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the skin was broken or something like that. You know what I mean?
I'm picturing like the mask guy from Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, like one of those people.
Yeah, kind of like that, like old, but I don't know. It's odd. It's like their face it's fucked up. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they looked scary, to be honest. And well, in a situation where you can't move your body, it's gonna be scary. It might be a puppy, and it might still be scary because fuck, you can't move.
Yeah, no, that sounds terrifying. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Oh god.
Yeah, it's okay. Good thing it hasn't happened again.
I would never sleep again. I would never sleep ever
Yeah.
again. I would just be like, "Aight, I'm out."
Yeah, forever. Bye. So the other one was that I was in my mom's room, because in the same place, in the same house, like from that first event. It happened like a couple of weeks later. I was in my mom's room because she had a TV and I didn't in my room. So I was watching TV and I fell asleep. And my mom came in and turned off the TV, and she went out to buy or something, I don't know. So I was just sleeping. And suddenly I heard people talking. And I thought, maybe the neighbors or something, because we live surrounded by more people. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, maybe the neighbors. But I kept listening, and it wasn't on the room left. It was behind me, which was my room. So I was like, maybe my mom is there. Maybe she's calling someone.
Yeah.
But again, I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. And I heard, I couldn't hear, like, their voices weren't kind of human, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They were like distorted voices. Yeah. And it was like, wait, that's not my mom's voice.
Were they speaking were they speaking a different language?
They were not speaking English, no Spanish, nor anything. And I tried to understand what they were saying, but I couldn't. I couldn't make up any fucking word. Except for one, which was my name. And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Why? What?
Oh, wow.
And then I could wake up, finally. Well, I had my eyes open. I wasn't sleeping,
If I heard that and I just, like, heard, people speaking in another language and I heard my name, I would just turn around and be like, leave me the fuck out of it.
Yeah, please, don't talk about me. Yeah, so the thing is, I woke up and I walked to my room. And my mom wasn't home because she had gone to buy stuff. And there was no one else home. I was alone. And it's odd because if it was the neighbors, why they were talking, saying my name, it's odd.
Yeah, no, I would not. I am out.
Come on. Dude.
I gotta stop using that joke.
But yeah, it's fucking odd. I don't know what you think about that. But yeah, that can transition into the story that we want to talk about in the next episode. Next week.
Yes. Yeah, we'll talk about it next week for spooky October things. We'll talk about that because that's going to be a big one. It'll be fun to talk about.
Yeah, especially because we haven't talked about it with anyone else than us and the few people that I found on internet. Yes.
Yeah, I remember. I forgot about that for a while, and I just I started thinking of it before.
Yeah. No, I found like 2 more people that had the same experience than us.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if we can mention them in the next episode though, because I don't know if they wanna. Well, we are not gonna. It's not like we are gonna tell the names, anyways.
Yeah, no. We won't use anyone's names. If it's a story that someone else told us, we're not gonna use anyone's names. So.
Yeah. So it's fine. I can just briefly mention it.
But yeah, that's for next week.
Yeah. So do we wrap it up in here because we are kinda out of stories.
So thank you guys for listening, and if if anyone has had any like paranormal experiences, like we would love to hear about it. Actually, like I'm genuinely interested.
Yeah. So in the comments, you can leave your comment and your story on whatever you want to share.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening again, and yeah, this was I Ponder of Something Brilliant, the Cozy Midnight Edition.
Yes. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Welcome, everyone.
Okay.
Hold on. God damn it! I forgot the name of the fucking podcast. What the fuck?
You get.
Oh my god.
Please put that in. Please put that in. I will pay you to put that in.
Okay.
Oh, flippin', come on.